Hey guys, we're back. Me and Sam played the second game. We just went ahead and swapped sides. I brought the sisters this time. I was pretty interested to see how they would do. I brought the RR Zotes with the regrowth. I brought a Spell Singer on the Hawk with the only regrowth. And my strategy to start with was I was going to use my two Glade Riders with shields in the back, use the Hawks to shoot, drop the girls in and out of combat, and Life Singer to heal. And use all the Dryad, just kind of clog things up and provide places for our dragon to land. But when I looked at the dragon and realized it only had 50 armor, I reconsidered, and then I saw what he brought, and I reconsidered twice. He's got the ROR Rat Ogres, they're going to keep you on the ground. He's got the Thing, is going to beat the brakes off of a good dragon, let alone a garbage 50 armor dragon. Throt is going to do some good damage on his Brood Horror, and he's going to poison you, so you're not going to be able to pull away. And Gorch is probably just going to beat the brakes off of you too, so you'll never leave in the ground once you land. So we can't do that. So we're going to circle back up over here, unite with the Cav, and create like a hammer and anvil situation where we can pour arrow fire in any big stuff that comes out, and maybe just start collapsing on all the Skaven slave trash and just cleaning it up real quick with a thunderclap. At the same time, we got the RR Zotes and most of our infantry deployed over here. The Hounds have kind of spotted us, but they're just chilling. We just pulled them away. There's no reason to do anything about them. We left these Hounds in our periphery. I don't think I really noticed them. If we had, we would definitely drop down with the dragon over here and done something about that. These Skaven slave slingers are going to try to zone out everything. So we're going to bring our only Dryad unit on this side out of the woods to try to do something about that, to try to pressure them. At the same time, we're going to start moving all these Dryads up one at a time to try to create a pocket. He starts to pull his mortars this way, and what he's trying to do here, he's trying to shoot our cavalry, because I've done it several times to him, even against good cavalry. If you can get them to stop and you can shoot this, it takes a lot of damage out of cavalry. But if they're moving, the calibration on these things is garbage, and as you'll see, it kind of just pot marks everything around it. And yeah, we're pretty much free and clear. But now all the Skaven slaves have turned their attention over here, and the wolf rats are doing extremely well. He pulls them out because he doesn't want to shoot them in the back, but they're doing extremely well against these Dryad, and now they get caught downhill going in reverse. But wolves beat Dryad in a straight up fight for the most part, because they're a hard counter. They're almost like plague monks, or with censer bearers, I'm sorry, because of the magic damage and the armor piercing, whereas plague monks are like hard countered by Dryad, the plain wolf rats, and plague monks with censer bearers are hard countered to Dryad and other tree units. But we're focusing what bowfire we're bringing in. We're focusing on Gorge. He's the most armored target. He has the most to lose by getting shot. He doesn't have regeneration of his own. So we're going to try to waste these remolders. If you'll notice, we brought the Zotes out of the woods, charge all these Skaven, and just kind of fear route everything off. We get greedy here and we turn them around to get these other slaves and get caught by the rat ogres. We've seen them coming, but we just got a little too greedy. And now we're kind of stuck in combat, fighting downhill. We try to pull away, we still can't pull away. We're taking mortar fire, we're getting hit by the rat ogres. It's pretty ugly now. We balled up and we're starting to lose infantry because of it. He's turned his mortars into us because he's gotten no more good targets. We moved our cavalry out of range. We're going to try to shut him down now with one of these hawks. We're going to drop him in. He does have Throt here, but by the time we get done, it won't matter if Throt pins something in. We're going to kill this 15k mortar before it can do any more damage. It's already killed 77 trees, so that's not good. But the Zodes are hanging tough. We're losing lots of infantry, but now that the mortar's quiet, we're going to roll up and we're going to collapse on these ogres. We're going to wrap and try to get a rear charge here and spook them off, and then get our cav back out of here before we start taking hell pit attention, or we take crap ton of Skaven slave slings. And he's doing the right thing. He's turning some of his Skaven slave around to start chucking at these stupid Hawk Riders to get rid of them. But at this point, his backline's pretty much done, and the slingers are by themselves. So we're just gonna drop. Spell Slinger's gonna come down in here. We can rout them off before the Hell Pit can get to us. Hopefully, we're gonna drop these Hawk Riders to make sure. We're pulling up with the dragon. We're shooting more of our ammunition. We shouldn't be doing this. We took them off of fire or we put them back on fire at will, and we're starting to waste ammo here. He's got Throt in the woods still, just chilling, trying to maintain health. Zotes are chasing anything and everything, but Gorch is getting involved now. The thing's down here. We're running out of Dryad chaff in this battle. The Zotes are still fighting uphill, and they're super wore out. Like they should be exhausted. No, I'm sorry. They are active because they've been catching regrowths. They just hit winded. So they're standing toe to toe with the Hell Pit. If you'll see, like there's only a few of these models left. Well, there's 12, 16 now. But they're breaking the Hell Pit's back, and now the Wolf Rats come in, and that's provided a lot of much needed chaff. Splash damages aren't getting passed around as effectively. They're pulling their attention away from the Big Daddy, and now he's going to start handing out damage, and you see he's like not even getting hit. He's taking one or two of these attacks instead of all of them, and he's catching up. And it's not going to be the greatest for the Zotes. We put another regrowth down, but it's a little too late. They're already at half model strength, so it is what it is. But that's really the only heavy ground force we have now. We can't commit the dragon. If we do, the dragon dies. It's just that simple. A couple punches from the Hell Pit and it's dead. Gorch hits like a truck as well. Even though he's anti-infantry, he's going to punch that dragon's face off. And Throt can come back and get involved. We're almost out of ammunition with the Hawk Riders, so we're going to have to commit to a ground game with our large entities against large entity killers and beasts, melee beasts. So we're not too keen on that. We're trying to keep them alive as long as we can, but now they're down to 7 models. And time's ticking away. The Hounds are going to rout off again, but they're plenty of health. They're coming back. They'll be back. We're going to try to round up all these routed out Dryad on the periphery here in a second, but the Zotes are done. And the Hounds are still alive. They're just going to kill them. They're just going to eat them, chew them to pieces. We're still trying to goon out Gorch here with what little bit of bow fire we have left. He's going to rout, but his leadership is so strong he's going to turn around and come back even at 500 health. He should rally. We're going to try to get on this Hell Pit and give it a breath attack in a second, if I'm not mistaken. But at the moment we're just throwing stuff at Throt to maintain the attacking. Like we're just pretending we play in tournaments when we play people to commit to the rules. That way, as I understand them, I'm sure there's rule breaks in here if you're a stickler for the rules. As far as I understand them, I try to play to them. So we're committed to the attacking role back here, and we brought our horses out of the woods. We're gonna just go ahead with these Glade Guard and just get more value, but we want to commit away from the Hell Pit because all we have is large entities left. But he's gonna get these Glade Riders and he's just chucking them down. If you'll see, it's just 3 or 4 at the time, and yeah, it's ugly. And the dogs are just as fast, so they're never getting away. But they do have 150 kills. Most of them Skaven slaves, but that's what you're going to kill when you fight Skaven, is slaves and other cheap trash. We're staying on the Hell Pit with the ammunition. We really don't want to land, even if this Hell Pit only has 4k health, because of that heal proc is likely to go off, and then the Hell Pit's a lot more dangerous. He's still got a heal in his pocket. He's popped one of them, but he's still got another one. We landed all of our Hawks on him to try to goon him out, and he popped the Rat Ogre summon, and yeah, he got all the Hawks, so which was a good play on his part. We probably should have been out here with the Hawks trying to land on the Wolves, but I'm not so sure that the Wolf Rats wouldn't just kill the Hawks outright. So now we're going to allow that summon to kind of be wasted, and he realizes that, so he's going to try to run out here towards any rallying Dryads that I have left. and we're attacking the Skaven slave. Uh, the Skaven slaves here to try to commit the attack roll, because now we are in the air. And if we're not attacking or attempting to attack on the ground, I think you're in a violation of a rule break. But we have a half health life singer, which isn't going to do a lot on the ground. We have one group of hawks with no ammo coming back to the fight. Every second this help sits down here, it's healing. It's got its health cap is still up there, so it can still catch a lot of health. We're running out of ammo. There comes a point where we've reached the apex of how we're going to drop this thing, and after that, it's only going to get more healthy. So I'm hitting the trees. We're going to have to pull this out. I'm not the best range management person, for sure. I don't use a lot of range generally, and if I do, um, you've seen it's like the mortars and things like that. I'm great at kiting. I don't really like flying units that much. So my micro and that sort of thing is kind of weak, and my decision making is probably a little poor. But we've got him down to 1800, and you can see he's just pumping. He's got the remolder on him now, so he's really pumping back. He's getting all the health that I'm taking off. He's getting it back, and he's waited till I'm almost out of ammunition now. So the help hit is really, really going to get value. But I did have one breath attack left, and I hit him as he's being remoldered, and it just melts him. And it also melted the Skaven slaves that came out of him. If you remember, I told you I thought there was a bug. It wasn't a bug. It was because of this replay, and I deleted them so fast I didn't notice them. And yeah, that was my bad. I was wrong. It wasn't a bug. But it didn't catch the health proc, which would have probably let it survive that and finish up remoldering. And then it would have been ugly. We would have been down there on the ground with like 3k worth of health hit punching the dragon. But instead, Throt stands alone. That's a testament to how good the leadership is now, I think, for the Rat Boys, because Throt just stood there and fought in a vacuum with the Hawks and the Dragon for quite a while. If you look at our Dryad, I mean, that's a lot of kills with it's not value. I mean, it's the best you can do for Vanguard, but that's not value. These guys kind of got their value back, but look at the amount of kills they got. I mean, when it comes to Skaven, you really, it's hit or miss as far as value, but you start killing stuff like that. These guys are effective, and they didn't stay in combat. If you remember, they got denied a lot of their good opportunities really early on. The Zotes, they got their value back, and they got it back in an extremely tough way. They were fighting uphill the entire way. For the most part, they were fighting against anti-large and other just like backbreaker units, and they had a mix of slaves and garbage all over them. So they fought really well, and they pretty much fought for the most part in a vacuum. They were definitely overwhelmed. So they performed extremely well. Now the Life Singer, that 800 is a lot of that is from getting in on the mortars. The Hawk Riders, they all got value. They're shooting up gorge and killing mortar teams, and yeah, that's where their value came from. The Sisters, they got some good value. They used up all their breath attacks. We deleted the thing. We shot up Gorage. We got a little bit of Throt. So they got their damage, but in order for them to get their value, they have to stay in the air the entire time. If you land them, they're never getting back out. You're going to have an extraction plan if you're going to get these girls back off the ground. And that makes it kind of dangerous, in my opinion, especially for the cost you're going to pay. But that was the second match, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you got the DLC. If not, I'm still committed. We're gonna give some DLC away. I just really haven't found a good way to do it yet. If you guys liked it, sub. Let me know. Comment. Let me know your take on the DLC. What you think about the Sisters. And yeah, man. I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate you watching. Peace.